lights and to try and fix it, and we'll get some more information to you when we have it. Dick?
Well, they had the fog last weekend that one could barely see. They managed through it, and by that comparison, it's pretty good here today at this hour. There's enough light to certainly see the action. Whether or not it would inhibit play, we'll soon find. They may have to try to play in this condition.
Well, you look at the scoreboard, it just erased the 7 points for the Patriots, so the score is 3-0 now. Jackson.
Yeah, you're right. Let me just hit you.
Well, the coaches and players wait for power. We remind you that after our coverage of this AFC Championship, to stay tuned, NBC, tonight for Dateline.
Well, I knew we shouldn't have plugged in that electric kettle, Marv, but the lights are out. You're saying this brings back memories for you?
When I used to coach in high school, this was what the lighting was like. Either that or they have to learn to pay their electric bill around here. One of the two, Gary.
Here we are in the dark. Well, the game, I think, is going to continue. The officials are consulting out there about the quality of the light, but fog last week, darkness this week. I'm not sure the NFL's had this problem before.
I don't remember this one, to tell you the truth. There have been fog games, and you could play there. It would affect play somewhat, but you could.
Now, just before Chris Hudson fumbled that punt, you almost told me he was going to.
Well, I said he takes a lot of chances in handling kicks. We felt that playing against them. We unfortunately weren't able to capitalize on it, but in scouting him, we think he does take a lot of chances. I don't know if that was a chance, but was he carrying the ball too loosely or not? I don't know. Somebody made a good play knocking it out.
Well, the rookie who's just been activated off the squad. What a great play for him, Lucas.
Yes, Ray Lucas, that sure was. Two huge plays in the kicking game right now for the Patriots. One led to the first touchdown, and this one setting up the possibility for a score. There you see the fumble, and alertly recovered by Bartram of the Patriots.
Now, you thought, Bill Parcells, you were talking about his tendency to go for it on fourth down, a coach who will take calculated risks. But he's got the field goal team out at the moment. He's got time to think about it, though, now.
He's got time to think about it, but it's a little bit longer fourth down distance than I had thought when I first made that remark just off the top of my head. After the officials spotted the ball, I didn't realize they lost possibly a half yard on the play.
Now, the Jaguars had the momentum and sort of lost it again, but before that, Brunel had been looking towards his tight end, Pete Mitchell, hadn't he?
Yes, he has, and we've been very impressed by Pete Mitchell during the year. He caught over 50 balls during the regular season. We think he's an excellent player. Finds the holes in the zones very well, catches the ball well, protects it. Reminds me of a player we used to have named Pete Metzlars, who's a longtime star in the league. He seems very similar.
And people talk about, how well stocked these teams have been able to become because they've had a lot of money to spend starting from scratch. But a lot of the players were rejects from elsewhere, people, other teams didn't want.
That's right. There are some of those, and whose careers have been resurrected coming in. They've had a lot of good draft choices along the way. They've made some good decisions on coveted free agents as well.
Well, the officials are still deciding what to do. NBC, the network's deciding what to do. Let's join them and find out where the play is going to continue.
Patriots about to line up for a 29-yard field goal, and Jim Gray just has reported that Jerry Markbright, the referee, said he will not allow play to continue under these conditions. So someone has to find the fix-it switch.
Well, you and I can go back that far. I don't know if this guy can or not, but there's no room to bring cars in here where you can put the lights.
Well, that's the way this was a lot of light back in Armada, Michigan, I'll tell you. We wish we could have had games.
Did you ever have anything like this?
No, I never did. No, didn't play many night games, Paul. We weren't good enough. So.
All right. Curtis Martin has the only touchdown of the game, and speaking of utilities, Curtis offered an interesting little tidbit during the week. He said that he doesn't like the phone. Too many people calling him. He's been so successful here that everyone had his phone numbers. He got a new phone number. Does he know it?
No, he does not know it. He told the cleaning lady that comes in to get us a new number. And don't tell me what the number is. There are only 3 people that know what it is.
His pastor, his mother, and his agent.
That's right.
So those 3, so when the phone rings, he goes, hey, it's got to be somebody I want to talk to, so he goes and picks it up.
Well, everybody looked at him yesterday, and when you really think about it, he would never call himself anyway if he wasn't home. So why does he need to know what the number is?
You're the only one that would think of that. So.
Well, so let's, on the serious side, analyze what we've seen thus far, a quarter and a half. A tough break. If you're on the Jacksonville side, New England gets a gift touchdown early. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars showing that they can move the ball to get this last field goal.
I think the conditions have caused problems for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just the cold weather making the ball hard to handle.
Bad snap, and Barker appeared to have room to kick, did not. Tackled by Larry Wiggum, and then 2 plays later, Martin jammed it in for the score. And then looking for another lead deep in Jacksonville territory. A tip pass by McManus, picked off by Aaron Beasley. They go 60-plus yards, and the field goal by Hollis made it 7-3. And then Chris Hudson, just moments ago, fumble on this punt return. Mike Bartram recovering. Jacksonville holding New England at 2nd and 1 and 3rd and 1, and the Patriots had sent on their field goal unit for a 29-yarder when the light bank failure occurred.
What I like about what Jacksonville's doing, and we talked about at the beginning, Phil, is they're playing conservative defense. They're not taking any chances, Dick. They're staying at the line of scrimmage. Their biggest job is to stop Curtis Martin and force Bledsoe to throw the ball because he may make some mistakes. Now, the mistake that was made on the interception was a tip ball. I mean, not necessarily his fault, but that's the position they want to get Bledsoe in, where he's throwing the football and Curtis Martin not running it.
And Jacksonville's continue to be conservative on offense. Control situations. That's what this game is all about, Dick. You know, when you get in situations where you got to do one thing, the other team knows it, that's how you make mistakes. So both sides are trying to dictate the situations.
One thing we do know, the Green Bay Packers wait for the winner in the Super Bowl as we go to Greg Gumbel.
All right, Dick, thanks very much. You know, it's been about 7.5 minutes now since the lights went out, and what has been Bob Kraft's big move here in New England? He wants a new stadium for these Patriots. What better argument could he have?
You don't suppose he turned the lights out, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but it's a scary, but it is a big issue in this town, and he's been willing to put up his own money. What he wants out of the people of Boston is the land with the facilities around it, the infrastructure, and you can guarantee that's the whole issue is going to come up again now.
Meanwhile, what's the coach to do over there on the sideline with his team, Joe?
Well, you got just a short amount of time you're going to be using at halftime. I'd be using this right now on the sidelines, getting the different groups together, and I'd already start the halftime adjustments. Actually, you see the coaches making lists on the sidelines to go over the team. You know, at halftime, you get started on those right now and get a jump.
Well, the game, you know, you make all the adjustments you want to, Joe, but actually the games come down to making mistakes. Basically, you take Jacksonville, they're a team that played the last 7 games. What they've had, average 3 penalties a game. They've had over 3 in the first quarter. And, I mean, they're just not doing the things you said. I mean, the cold has a lot to do with it, I'm sure with it. But when you make the kind of mistakes they're making, that's the only reason the Patriots really haven't capitalized on them either.
I think that this kind of a delay could have an effect on the players because it's not like halftime where you're in the locker room and you're getting warm. It's cold out there, and they're just standing around on the sideline. I mean, first your body goes, next thing you know, your mind goes.
Yeah, you want the center to be taking some snaps. You want the quarterback to be taking some snaps. And, hey, these guys up and down the sideline, because Ahmad's right, the wind's whipping out there right now.
You know, the one thing, though, that we talked about a little bit earlier was the fact that Natron Means would be so much a key to this football game, and so far this New England Patriot defense has really done a tremendous job. They've made Jacksonville now play much the same way that they did earlier in the season, pretty much with just Mark Brunell throwing the football. They've taken Natron out of this game.
As we sit here and contemplate how long this is going to take, interesting note from Will McDonough. Will McDonough says this has happened before in this stadium when BC and Alabama were playing here back in the days when Doug Flutie was quarterbacking Boston College, and the blackout lasted 45 minutes.
That would be a problem in a game like this, just for the reasons that we're talking about.
You talk about guys, you go out there and you warm up, you start the game, you warm up, your hamstrings are loose. These hamstrings, I know mine would be awfully tight. What do you think? I might tighten up. Of course, I don't have hamstrings anymore.
You know, this is just a little strange thing that's happening. The longer it goes, the more serious this could be for these teams on the sideline.
Well, you never know. Ultimately, I mean, we were sort of kidding around earlier, but Mike was saying, well, what happens if all of a sudden they can't get the lights back on? What do? Come back tomorrow and play a doubleheader? I mean, it's a tough situation for the National Football League. I'm sure the phones are buzzing around pretty good there.
All right, we're getting set for halftime whenever it comes around, but right now let's take it back over to Dick Enberg. Dick.
Thank you, Greg. Word from the public address announcer was that it'll be 5 more minutes they feel they
Well, while Robert Kraft sends somebody out to look for a quarter to put in the electricity meter, we're going to take a break, and hopefully when we come back to Foxboro Stadium, we'll have some light. See you in a couple of minutes.
your career going nowhere? Do you feel it's time you went up instead of down? Starting in tomorrow's 10p Times, new year, new career. The ultimate career development guide for anyone who wants to change direction. Starting in tomorrow's 10p Times.
The world of haute is constantly challenging. One always tries to be at the cutting edge of design.
My business bocker was an instant classic, but these days my inspiration comes literally straight off the street.
The Worthington Commission was a marvellous opportunity, and to allow full enjoyment of the velvety smooth dream of a pint, the fit had to be loose.
But above all, these are real clothes for real people to, in reality, wear in the real world, really.
My models adore the clothes, and I'd feel so mean taking them back.
Welcome back to Foxboro. They kicked a field goal under cover of darkness while we're away. Adam Vinatieri making it 10-3 to the Patriots, and he's about to kick it off for them. The wind's just blown the ball off the tee, but now he's got it set. We should be able to rejoin the action. The Patriots leading the Jaguars by 10-3.
Into the wind. Oh, it looked like New England was offside. Brooks at the 9. Corralled at the 23-yard line. Terry Ray with a stop.
His 23-yard line.
Checking the current conditions, 25 degrees. Temperatures dropped a couple degrees. Actually, the wind chill about the same as the wind has died somewhat. Jacksonville's coldest games have all been in the 40s. And you can see that Cleveland game, the third game, they won 42 degrees, the coldest ever environment they played in their 2 years prior to today. But they've won most of those games. Brunell from the 23. On the roll. Gathered by McGinnis, and Brunell alertly blocking McGinnis away from a possible touchdown.
This is a good job by Willie McGinnis, number 55. What he does, he stays disciplined, he stays outside, so the quarterback can't get around the corner where he can run and throw, have that option. Stays in Mark Brunell's face, and that's what Coach Parcells taught to him all week. Stay in front of the quarterback.
McGinnis was a high school basketball star in Long Beach, California, and he's used those long arms very effectively as a pass rusher and deflector. 2nd and 10, Means trying to get outside, does a little shake, and out to the 27-yard line, and a flag down. Tackled by Otis Smith. Boy, he delivered. Otis Smith was a terrific pickup by New England. Veteran from Missouri and Metairie, Louisiana, who like to go home to New Orleans.
Number 45, defense, 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Too much of the mask, however, cost him 5 and a first down, or close to it.
Number 45, Otis Smith. Now watch his right hand. It's up in the mask. It's got him by the mask, and he's pulling him down. I mean, you got a chance there for almost a 15-yard penalty, because what they do is they determine if the head is turned, Phil, and you snap the head, that'll be a 15-yard penalty. But that arm pulled him to the ground.
2nd and 1. Says 2nd and 1. And it should be 3rd and 1. And I think that's the officials finally caught their own error. All the scoreboard and the down box all 2nd and 1. First play was the incomplete pass. Remember that was batted down by Willie McGinnis, and then Means run on 2nd down with the penalty, so it would be 3rd and 1.
You just remember something. Just because there's a face mask penalty in now on 5 yards, a 5-yard face mask penalty, it is not an automatic first down.
Jerry Mark Bright calling over to Tom Coughlin.
There's no call on the play. The down is correct. It's 2nd down and 1.
So So the yardage plus the personal foul.
No, what happened is it's second down. They get a penalty in second down, so they take the penalty, and the down remains the same.
All right, they didn't take the gain. They took the penalty. All right. That wasn't very clear, and Natron Means doesn't find much in the open either, as Todd Collins leads the defense on the attack of the big running back for Jacksonville, who is slow getting up. Means 240 pounds on just a 5'10" frame, and he appears to be fairly seriously injured. He can't put his full weight on his legs. Man who led the Chargers to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago with a 1,300-yard season, and then cut by San Diego this year.
Well, it's his right leg they're looking at while he's laying on the ground. And it looks like Collins, the linebacker, lands on the back of his ankle or his foot. Watch his right leg.
Coming in right from the right-hand side. Here he comes.
As he goes down.
And turns that ankle over with all that weight of 3 different players, about 800 pounds on him.
I can't tell who falls. Well, it's Todd Collins, number 59, who falls in the back of his right foot. And this Jacksonville team, they have really gotten used to running the football and playing a certain way over these last 6 weeks with Natron Means. So this could really be a big factor in their play calling.
So Means only 11 yards in the game, 9 carries for only 11, as they really are keying the defense against his runs. And this is quite in contrast to what he's done in the last 4 games. 92, 110, 175, a career high in Buffalo, another 140 last week. And look at the average per rush increasing each game, but not today. 9 carries, only 11 yards. James Stewart, who led the Jaguars in rushing in the regular year, number 33, second year back from Tennessee, replaces Means. He's 224 pounds. It's 3rd and 1. Brunell on 3rd and 1. Wide open underneath is Keenan McCardell, and McCardell has the first down, and they'll attend to that ankle of Means.
Well, that was a good job by the Jacksonville Jaguars. They come out there, they got in a formation, they moved people around, and it confused the defense of the New England Patriots. Nobody was over the wide receiver. Mark Brunell finally sees him wide open. Nobody covering, throws the ball.
Had Brunell not thrown so low, it might have been a pretty good game. 37-yard line, 10-3 New England, 5 minutes left in the half. Stewart trying to get outside and dives to the 45-yard line. 2 yards from a first down. Otis Smith makes the tackle.
Well, we talked about the Jaguars wanting to stop Curtis Martin, and obviously the Patriots wanted to stop Natron Means. Now here comes Stewart to the outside. There's pretty good defense there, but you know, he had a little bit more speed, I think, to the outside than Natron Means has. Now here's McCardell blocking, a little holding, a little blocking.
2nd down 2. Very short 3, closer to 2. Brunell, lots of time. Going open. Finally throws it away. He was out of the pocket. No flag.
Good job by Mark Brunell. He's outside the pocket so he can throw the football away. It went past the line of scrimmage, the most important thing. He knew that, and he used his scrambling ability to buy himself an extra second or 2 just to get rid of the football.
You know, it's got to drive defensive lineman McGinnis and these guys crazy, because you get close to him, and when you get close to him, then he either throws the ball away or runs away from him. Here, Parcells.
Well, he wants a penalty, but there's no penalty there, Coach. He is definitely outside the tackle box. Oh, but I'm sorry, he's yelling at the player.
He's yelling at Slade.
That's a surprise, him yelling at a player.
On 3rd down, Brunell. Incomplete, intended for Mitchell. Well covered. Corwin Brown, an extra defensive back, number 30, played his college ball at Michigan, and on comes the punting team.
Only 3 people rushing the quarterback. Mark Brunell knows that Pete Mitchell is covered, tries to throw the ball a little harder, throws it behind him just a little bit, and he knows it. Get it in front of the receiver, he has the catch.
Barker to punt would make it back at the Patriots 15. Ooh, another tough snap. And a bad kick off the side of the foot. And it'll just die at the 25-yard line. So Brian Barker, who had trouble kicking in Denver last week, his problems continue.
Well, 10-3, so the Jags haven't fallen any further behind, but they've lost Natron Means, possibly for the game. How big a blow is that?
Huge. I think it's a huge blow. James Stewart is a good back, but Natron Means is the guy who has sparked their running game this year. Brunel has a real uphill battle to try and come from behind against a team that is doing a great job against the run and win it with the pass and pass only. He's going to have some unusual good fortune to win that way.
You talk about doing a good job against the run. 9 carries for 11 yards before he went off.
That's right. It was excellent. But they could still pass when they had that threat, when they made New England bunch at the line of scrimmage like that. Now the passing becomes more difficult to make work also.
What are they doing specifically to take away the run? Just stuffing the line?
Yeah, they're playing a lot of people at the line of scrimmage. When the ball is snapped, they're attacking the line of scrimmage. So if you want to pass, you go ahead. We'll try and rush you. But we're going to do everything we can to stop the run. You can burn them a few times with the pass, but if they don't, then all their weaponry begins to fall apart.
And they were pounding away to try and keep that threat there at least. Let's take a look now at the incident that put Natron Means out of the game. It just looks like he went over on his ankle, Marv.
Yes, sir. You'll see a player come in from the right of the screen. Keep your eye on his right ankle there. Player comes in, falls on that right ankle and twists it. As you can see, the heel rotating inward and the ankle twist there.
Now, what will the addition of Stewart, as we see Natron Means go down again, what will the replacement of him by Stewart mean for the Jags? Is it a different style of running? Is he more likely to go outside?
Well, I think he's more capable of going outside. Whether he could sustain a drive, I think the biggest blow is going to be the blow to their morale, to their confidence that they can make the running game go, because Stewart did run for them earlier in the year pretty well, but nowhere near as effectively as Natron Means has run.
All right, well, we'll see how much of a difference that's going to make to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's rejoin the action now.
Curtis Martin finally wrestled to the sidelines by Aaron Beasley. First down. Very important final 4 minutes of the half for these two teams. New England leading by 7.
Watch Tom McManus, number 55 on the defense, come up into the hole. Nobody's blocking him. Whoa, can't make the tackle. Curtis Martin just has that speed, that burst. Even when you don't block them all, he can get around you.
Got Jeff Lageman, number 56, goes down the line of scrimmage and creates a hole. The linebacker's got to be in the hole and fill it.
That was the first down for the Patriots this quarter. Bledsoe to the sidelines, to Byers. And Kevin Hardy finally gets into the bounds. Clock stop with the 2nd and 4. Natron Means, his condition, Randy?
Well, Dick, he was down here. He cut off the spat job on his shoe, tried to walk around, went to the far end of the bench, had to sit back down. They've cut off the old tape job. They're putting a new one on, and just see how this thing works out. They'll put him back in the shoe and let him run and see how it is. Back to you, Dick.
All right, as they work feverishly on the big running back for the Jaguars. Meanwhile, clock shows 3:12, 3:11 left in the half. New England at their own 45-yard line, 2nd and 4. Bledsoe is sacked for the first time as Clyde Simmons again registers a big playoff move. Simmons has been a star for the Jaguars the previous 2 playoff wins.
Well, you talk about timing. Blitzing's all about timing. Watch the Jaguars. They come in on the blitz. Right as the ball is snapped, it confuses the blocking up front just enough where Drew Bledsoe cannot focus, look down the field, and get rid of the football.
The guy that really is number 50 is Eddie Robinson coming up, and he gets into Bledsoe's face.
You look at Sims in the playoffs, 9 tackles, 3 sacks, an interception for a touchdown that really turned Jacksonville back into the game at Buffalo, and a blocked extra point last week. Bledsoe goes long incomplete. That's Terry Glenn with a diving chance, and that was a time where the ball appeared to be thrown 10 yards too far. The wind got it, and Glenn almost with an acrobatic catch.
Boy, this Terry Glenn is so exciting, and Bill Parcells says he reminds me a lot of Paul Warfield, and he just outruns the defensive back Aaron Beasley, and Drew Bledsoe really does a good job of laying it out there as far as he can throw it. Almost a big play.
Punting man, Tupa spirals it to Hudson, who's had his troubles today. Looks for a block, gets one. They want a penalty, but a legitimate block, and Hudson down at the 22-yard line. 44 yards on the punt by Tupa. Mario Greer made the tackle. Mark Brunell and the Jaguars come on with 2:18 left in the half.
I'll tell you, these guys are going after the punters. We saw Barker get nailed. Watch Tupa. You're going down. You got to pay attention, son.
It could be a little payback too.
I think so. Yeah. Look at Tupa say, "What are you doing to me?" Hey, you did it to my. Look, he's laughing. He's all right. All right. Hey, you owe me. I owe you. I owe you one.
Djokovic, who has a great sense of humor, you know, he had a little verbal punctuation to go along with the block.
Are you saying he likes to talk? Is that what you're saying?
A little bit. Yakking with Yurko. 10-7 New England. Give it to James Stewart. Finds some running room. And Stewart breaking through tackles. And it was the last wave of blue before they finally drag him down. Willie Clay and Lawyer Malloy, the two safeties, making the tackle. As they'll not get off another play at the 2-minute warning. Stewart's 15-yard run moves Jacksonville to the 37. The Jags trail by 7.
Where is everybody?
Pass is picked off by Sam Mills. And Mills is to the 1-yard line of B.A. And Sam Mills, remember the play?
Game where we had a power power delay, and for Jacksonville, their power back. Natron Means certainly checked by the New England defense. Meanwhile, James Stewart has come in and run for 7 and then for 16 yards. Now a first down. All 3 timeouts left for the Jaguars. They trail 10-3. Brunell chased by Slade, throws in the flat, complete to Jackson. Willie Jackson, no, they trapped it. He trapped it. Ty Law on the coverage, and with that wind to the sidelines, Brunell's throw into that side wind sinking.
Yeah, he's been a little careful when he's throwing the ball outside, not letting it get away from him, but this is about the 3rd or 4th ball that he's thrown that's been low, got down the receivers. A couple of good catches this time, not able to get it.
Good one hopper by Willie Jackson. Brunell only 1 completion in his last 6 attempts. Goes to the shotgun. Pressure on. Brunell throws down the middle. Oh, what a hit and a fumble by McCardell. No, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. No pass, as McCardell did not get both feet down. Was he rocked Ty Law, one of those to hit him, and you can almost bet that Lawyer Malloy was in the area. He is a vicious tackler.
A blitz by New England, picked up very well. Mark Brunell throws it down the field, and Dick, I think you're right. He's up in the air.
Now it's Jerome Henderson who comes over, 26.
The referees are saying he did not have control of the ball when he came down.
Ruled incomplete. 3rd and 10. Brunell tipped in the air, incomplete. He had a man open, but one of the front men for the Patriots up there to tip it. It was intended for Pete Mitchell.
So Brewski got a little slap on the top of the head. It may have been him. There's Brewski, number 54.
Look at Brewski. He's mirroring the quarterback. He's not rushing. He's just watching him the whole way. That's his job today. He's on the line of scrimmage, stops. If Mark Brunell breaks forward or out of the pocket, then chasing.
Well, that's a great piece of coverage there. Our producer Tommy Roy, director John Gonzalez, catching Brewski, stopping the Jacksonville Jaguars, and meanwhile it's Dave Meggett returning to the 29, a 10-yard return by the veteran of a 43-yard punt. And now New England with plenty of time to add to their 10-3 lead. 1:29 left in the half. Reminder, at halftime we'll have our Domino's Pizza halftime report. All our friends are with us. Greg Gumbel with coaches Ditka and Gibbs and Chris Collinsworth and Ahmad. First half analysis and the highlights of the Green Bay win that stopped the Carolina Express. There they are, all set to go.
You know, I'd be a little concerned if I were the Patriots, because their offense, really, they have not done a thing in this ball game.
Meggett is the running back. Bledsoe. This is one complete. Sean Jefferson or Terry Glenn. It's Jefferson. Still on his feet and finally tackled at the 46-yard line. Simmons trailing back to help out on the stop. An 18-yard play, and did Bledsoe throw that one?
See, I don't understand. With 3 timeouts, why don't you just go ahead and take one? A long play like this eats up the clock.
Because you want the defense to stay the same, Paul. You don't want it to change.
Bledsoe throws in the air. It's deflected and picked off by a lineman. Flag down as Woolaball, the center, carries it out to the 45 of Jacksonville. Tony Brackens appeared to be the man who was offside and then hit Bledsoe. Let's see if there are 2 flags on the field.
There's actually 3 of them. There's one in the middle of the field where the ball was snapped. There's one over here on the right by the sideline.
A forward pass, illegally touching an offensive lineman.
See, they have, the question is now, when Bledsoe throws the ball, is this thing deflected by a lineman?
Well, I'm questioning whether it's not a fumble. Bledsoe gets out of the pocket and it's a fumble.
Sure,
that ball never gets back and comes forward with his throwing motion.
So if that's the case, then Woolaball did the right thing. This ball should stay.
Awesome down only, 2nd down.
Now that's a bad break for the Patriots. It appeared that was a fumble, and that's how that man saw it.
Phil, I'm going to tell you what a great observation, because that is definitely a fumble. Bledsoe is pulling his arm back to throw the ball. He's not going forward with the ball, and the ball is hit out. Watch Bledsoe's arm. Now there they come back to the outside, and watch his arm. He's going up. The ball comes out. He is not going forward with the ball. This should be a fumble. Wollabaugh gets the ball in the air, and it should be first down.
Instead, it is second down and 10 from the 47 of New England. Bledsoe, screen, complete to Meggett. Hit, breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. And he saves a timeout by getting out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Jacksonville.
Well, I tell you what, that play was set up beautifully for a big game. Eddie Robinson, number 50 of the Jaguars, keep an eye on number 50. He sees it, all the people out front. Gets Meggett behind the line of scrimmage, but cannot make the tackle. And Dave Meggett, when he gets his hands on it, he's always going forward with the football.
You know, one of my pet peeves, again, it just happened. The offensive linemen are already looking downfield.
Bledsoe and Jerry Markbride perhaps still conversing about the previous play. Third down and 2. Meggett dives to the 45, no gain. Fourth down. Don Davey, Travis Davis make the tackle, and Bill Parcells spends his first timeout. 29 seconds showing. And we'll see the Patriots strategy when we return. New England with a touchdown lead.
Well, Marv, I think you thought, and we all thought up here, that that was in fact a fumble, and Wollabaugh did the right thing and should have been credited with the yardage.
Yes, when you look at the replay, that's what it looks like. The ball did go forward when he cocked his arm to pass, but his arm never moved forward, and that's what determines it. Tough call by the officials. Instant replay might have helped him on that one.
And apart from the odd big play, the Patriots really aren't moving the ball that well, are they?
No, they aren't. They are not. Jacksonville really is showing more offense, although they're straining to show it. Those two huge kicking game plays are still the difference in this game.
And the Patriots have the ball, and they're trying to drive to get some more points on the board before half-time. Let's rejoin the action.
Today, are they going to do a long count and try to draw them offside?
Well, I think it's a pretty big gamble, Paul. I would guess long snap count here.
You don't want to give the ball back to Jacksonville at midfield. We'll see. Oh, they are going to go for it. It's Bledsoe. Complete, and a first down to Ben Coates, the tight ends, the first catch of the game, and another timeout with 23 seconds left.
That's your old coach?
Well, I tell you, you got to take some chances in big spots and big games. He took one there.
Wow, that is.
Well, Marv, you talked about Bill Parcells and his tendency to go for it on fourth down. They went for it.
They did. I'm not sure it was a good gamble, to tell you the truth. They still have the ball. They've got only 20-some seconds left in the quarter till halftime comes, and if he had failed, I think he would have been given up an awful lot. I'd been better off punt them down into the deep in their own territory, let halftime come, and go ahead 10-3. He may prove me wrong. I'm sticking my neck out here right now.
All right, we'll see with 23 seconds left what the Patriots can do with the ball.
He cut underneath. A nice, safe play, a good call by the Patriots in that situation. Throw it to a big body over the line of scrimmage in front of him.
Remember, it was Coates who made the big catch late in the game against the New York Giants as New England rallied from 22-0 down to beat the Giants 23-22 in the final minutes, and that got them home field advantage. Bledsoe to the sidelines, and a short gain, even a loss perhaps to Meggett, as it was well read by the Patriots' Eddie Robinson. Clock now stopped at 15 seconds. That's the last timeout for New England.
They had two guys, both guys on the outside, a hitch and go, and the Jacksonville Jaguars just played safe defense. They just got back. There was just no place for Bledsoe to throw the ball, so he dumped it off. He would have been better off just throwing it away.
That's right. They were going for the quick score. Now you go for the field goal. Jacksonville, you know, they're not going to get fooled and give you the big play. Go for a short gain or two on the sideline if possible. Just give your team a chance to kick the field goal.
Now 15 seconds, no time left. They're out of field goal range. Kicking into a very brisk 20-mile-an-hour wind would be the case for Vinatieri. So perhaps you go for the bomb here, and as fans saw in the 4th game of the season on the Jacksonville side, they completed 2, not just 1 but 2 Hail Mary plays, 1 for a touchdown at the end of the half, and 1 that was 1 foot from a touchdown that would have won it for Jacksonville.
All right, they're putting Tony Brackens in on defense, plus a whole bunch of defensive backs.
How many's a whole bunch?
A lot. Well, let's see. 3, 6, 7 defensive backs.
4 wide receivers and Meggett for New England.
That's a whole bunch. 7.
Bledsoe down the field. Jefferson is open. Pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line with 8 seconds left.
Dick, Friday afternoon, we were at practice. They had this exact situation. They ran this play, and I said, that'll never work. And this is Sean Jefferson, the sole receiver on that side, goes inside. The defender thinks he's going across the middle. He turns back out. Drew Bledsoe, great anticipation, throws the perfect pass.
Chris Hudson saved the touchdown, but also allowed plenty of room. And a injured player, Simmons, for Jacksonville, the veteran defensive end Clyde Simmons. So it'll be 8 seconds, no timeouts, and Natron Means limping off. And it would appear it would be a surprise if he is able to play much in the second half, the way he's limping. Jefferson, 3 catches for 80 yards to lead New England.
One of the things I don't like about the defense, number 1, is you're only rushing 3 guys. And when you rush 3 guys, you give the quarterback all the time in the world.
You do, Paul. You give him all the time. Look up top. 3 receivers. Here's Sean Jefferson. He goes way inside and breaks it out. And watch when Drew Bledsoe throws the football. Jefferson going down the field inside. He lets it go as the receiver is still moving across the field. That is good. That is really good preparation and planning and great execution.
Clyde Simmons injured as he tried to get to Bledsoe. Leaves under his own power. Now the call. Well, you know, you thought you knew Bill Parcells. Phil, what's the call here?
Well, first off, Dick, the 4th down pass. He always says, and you know, I've said this many times, these type of situations and games are not for the faint of heart. You got to make decisions. If they don't work, hey, you live with it. That's the way it is. And right here, there's no question. Well, who knows? You got to throw the football. You cannot take a chance with the run to surprise the defense here.
No, you really can't, because there are no timeouts. There's not a time to really set. And Bledsoe, you know, when he's in a situation like this, the one guy that I think would like to throw the ball to would be Keith Byers out of the backfield.
Byers stays in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Bledsoe throws as he's hit, has to throw it away and save the sack. And with a sack, of course, that would have ended the half. So it was a very quick move by Bledsoe, and now the field goal unit comes on.
Jeff Loggeman, number 56. He's had a great year, not numbers-wise, but playing-wise.
Uses his speed, jumps inside. The offensive lineman cannot get him blocked, and might have saved a touchdown because the receiver was open in the end zone.
Vinatieri with what amounts to an extra point from the 10-yard line, a 20-yard field goal attempt for this rookie who's had a solid year. Knocks it through easily, and the Patriots with a bonus 3 at the end of the first half. As they quickly moved downfield in a minute and a half, they went 68 yards in 9 plays. The big pass to Jefferson to bolster their lead. Bill Parcells' team leaves the field ahead by 10. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in the NFL on NBC halftime show after a message from the NFL and a word from your local station.
And we are your local station. Marv, what a strange first half.
It certainly was. Turnovers were huge. The plays at the end of the half were very interesting. Actually, Bill Parcells went for something and came away with 3 points on it. I still don't know if the risk was worth it because he had control of the game, but more power to him. He made a courageous move, and it paid off.
Well, big plays at both ends of the half, as you said. Let's take a look at the key plays of the half now. starting with Jacksonville's first possession, or rather the end of it, and Brian Barker, you thought, had time to get this punt off.
Yes, this step forward. The rushers are being pushed to the outside. He stepped forward and punted it. He had a good chance to get it away. Easy to say on second thought.
And that was the perfect start for New England. Curtis Martin went in, 7-0, but then the Jaguars got some of the momentum back on this interception.
Yes, here New England was driving again. There's a tipped ball there, intercepted by Beasley on the play, and I think they converted that into their only 3 points before they finally did surrender the ball.
Coughlin with a nice reaction there. I don't know how he'd have reacted to this. You're not keen on this man returning punts?
No, I don't think so. He has ability to run with the ball, but he doesn't protect the ball well enough. And I don't think he's a punt returner that I'd feel comfortable with.
Chris Hudson there fumbling, and that set up this. You didn't actually see this in the first half. This was the field goal that made it 10-3 to New England. And then right at the end of the half, Marv, this huge Hail Mary.
A huge Hail Mary pass. They were in the 3-deep zone. I think Chris Hudson, I don't want to beat up on Chris because he's done some great things during the year, including playing well against us, but he did not drop to the outside third as he should have. He saw something happening in the middle of the field and leaned in there, and they were able to hit that pass.
Interestingly, a bit of revenge for New England, because in the first game here this season, the Jaguars actually came back with a Hail Mary pass right at the end of the half, and that was the start of their comeback. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we'll have highlights of the NFC Championship game between Green Bay and Carolina.
Date. Call friends heart to heart. 0891 97 97 97.
streets of Green Bay deserted, mainly because everyone was inside watching the game against Carolina in their living rooms, except that is for the fortunate 60,290 inside Lambeau Field, where conditions were Arctic, just the way the Packers wanted it. In the first quarter, though, they found themselves backed up against their own goal line.
Pass is picked off by Sam Mills, and Mills is to the 1-yard line of Green Bay. And Sam Mills, remember the play that he made last week, the same thing, just play in that zone. Sam Mills, one of the great stories in the National Football League this year, and you know that he's just going to be zoning. He just goes back to the left. He just drops, and that's the slant area that he hits. You watch him, he's just going to come back and just drop right to the, here's Sam Mills. See him in a zone drop. He's looking at Favre and running to that slant area. Here's Collins. Wide open is Howard Griffith. Nobody in the area even. We were just talking about the combination how the fullback works with the tight end. Remember last week it was Wesley Walls who was wide open on a play pass. This play is Howard Griffith wide open on the play pass. Watch Griffith. He's a fullback. He's going to come right out here into the flat. You see the fake? No one gets him. He's all open all by himself, and Kerry Collins just zips that thing out there. 3rd and 1. This is Levens to the midfield. 40. Out of bounds by Eric Davis. First down at the 29. Marv back to throw it. For Levens. Touchdown. Yep, Favre is relaxed now. Dorsey Levens lines up all over that place. That time he was a wingback. Kind of a slow call. The official finally went up with the hands. Well, here's Levens right here. He's not lined up in the backfield. You can see Keith Jackson goes to the inside in the post. Levens just goes outside. Eric Davis is right there with him. It's a jump ball, and Dorsey Levens wins the jump ball. 3rd and 5. 4 wide receivers. Favre back to throw it. Scrambles out of pocket. Drops the ball. And now the scramble. And the Panthers are saying, we've got it.
See, the first guy there was that guy there right there, Mike Fox. What they do is they were playing Favre, and it is Carolina playing the ball.
Yes, sir. Collins fakes, and now is going to throw and has a man open inside the Packer 30. Collins on 2nd down will throw. And Wesley Walls hit hard, but inside the Packer 10. Casey, the NFL's leading scorer. Strong left leg. And Carolina Panthers again take the lead. 2 tight ends. This is Edgar Bennett. Outside the 35. 2nd and 8. Favre back to throw it. Gets it to Levens, and Levens gets across the 30, about the 28. Favre drops to throw it. Risen at the 7. Favre lofts it in the end zone. Touchdown, Freeman. Antonio Freeman put the move. And Favre got it to him.
Nope, no Lambeau leap. He has that broken arm.
Tyrone Poole.
Boy, did he make a move. Watch him here. He's going to come in here and then back on the corner. You see, he goes like that. Tyrone Poole slipped again. Remember last week he slipped all the time? That's the first time I've seen any player slip here today.
Ball goes deep. A diving interception by Tyrone Williams, one-handed. And the Packers will get another shot with 35 seconds and 1 timeout.
How in the heck did Williams catch that ball and stay in bounds?
With 1 hand.
Watch this thing, because he's right up against the sideline. Look at him. He catches that ball, brings it in, and everything is inbound.
Freeman inside the 15 to about the 14. Jackie's good from 31 yards out.
The second half began the way the first half ended. A Chris Jackie field goal to up the Packer lead to 10.
3rd and long. Packers come on a blitz. Collins throws in a hurry. Pass is caught by Carrier, who's still on his feet. Carrier out of bounds inside the Packer 30. 5.5 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Here's Collins. Fakes the reverse, throws the screen, and it is set. Is it ever set? Johnson scrambles down just outside the 10. 3rd down. Collins. In and out, incomplete. Casey will try from 23 yards out. And that's good. 20-13. Screen coming. That's Levens. Dorsey Levens. To the 30. 20. Knocked out of bounds inside the 10 and about the 5-yard line by Tyrone Poole. Bennett, touchdown. Edgar Bennett put it in the end zone from 4 yards away. And the Packers come up with it. Johnson had a hole. This is Levens. Dorsey Levens. They can't get him down. Chris Jackie nails another one.
With a 17-point lead, the 4th quarter became one long celebration as the Packers, still unbeaten at Lambeau Field in playoff games, started to think about New Orleans. Although whether the form the celebration took will have been welcomed by Mike Holmgren, I'm not so sure.
We knew we were playing a formidable team. They've got a good team. They proved it today. But these guys, man, they came out and we did the things that we needed to do to win. And I tell you, Green Bay, I hope you're proud of us because we're proud of you.
Have you seen my razor?
I think it's on the cabinet.
Okay. Whose is that?
You know what? Nothing to do with me.
What do you think you're playing at?
It's not mine. Don't look at me.
I thought we told you to be careful.
John, I think we're the ones who should have been careful.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance,
If your family suddenly grows, so too will your responsibilities. That's why Allied Dunbar financial plans adapt, so you can face the unexpected.
Let's face the music and dance.
Allied Dunbar, for the life you don't yet know.
We've taken all the magic of visiting Walt Disney World's 43 square miles of sunny Florida and put it all in a film. And the film is yours, free on video. Call 0990-000-000 for a brand new 1997 copy for your family and details of exclusive Unijet holiday offers. Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, a world of holidays in one.